Well, hello, my berries. It's me, Darkberry 32.
Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? No one can save us from keeping clear. I don't wanna lose you, I don't wanna lose you now.
Well, hello, my berries. It's me, Darkberry 32, and I'm coming back to you guys with another video today. So this was a video that was requested by one of my subscribers, and if you don't know, now you know. This shirt that I'm wearing will tell you, kind of give you a clue, but I'm sure you've already seen the title of the video. So anyway, I'm just going to dive right in. The question was, how did, I guess basically to tell them the story about like how I got my business started, or what was my ideas, behind the business. So I just kind of want to give you guys a little snapshot of what came about when it came to my business, Darkberry Delights. Just a disclaimer right now, due to the pandemic, I have put production on hold. I am not baking right now. I am not delivering. I'm not accepting people coming to pick up anything right now. I'm not even mailing off anything. Okay, so now that I've said that, let's just dive right into how I got started with Darkberry Delights. Okay, so Darkberry Delights came about because I was being greedy. Point blank. I started thinking about this certain type of cookie that we used to get when we were kids, and it was called a tea cake. And I was like, Mom, do you know how to make them? And she's like, no. It was always like the great aunt or somebody in the neighborhood, or an older type sibling that would make tea cakes, and it got around the entire neighborhood that such and such was making tea cakes. Ooh, can she make me some? Can she make me some? I'll pay her. And I absolutely love tea cakes. And it's like a cake. It's a cookie, but it's like a cake. Anyway, I love them, right? So as I would come home some days from work, I would pass by this truck where there was a person that was actually selling tea cakes. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to go over there and try them one day, And so I actually got time and the gall to actually stop at the truck and get some. Well, we kept talking about this tea cake lady, and it wasn't a tea cake lady. It was actually a guy that was selling tea cakes when I got there. And so I started talking to him about the tea cakes and how I've been wanting them, and I want to make some. And I had actually made some at that time before I had stopped and got his. And so I bought some of his, and his was not what I was used to. It was a little bit too much of the nutmeggy and cinnamon, and I don't care for a lot of that. Like the ones that I'm used to has like a slight lemon touch to it. Not real heavy lemon, but just that slight touch of lemon. They're just so good, guys. So anyway, I made some, and I told my mom about them, and I brought her some, and she was like, oh my God, you should sell these. And I'm like, you're right. She's my mom. She's going to tell me that, But I really did enjoy them. My kids had never had them. They enjoyed them. I don't even think my husband had ever had them before, and he enjoyed them. So then I talked to the guy about them, and he was like, well, why don't you just go ahead and get started? And I was like, oh, I don't know. He said, are you scared? I'm like, yes, I am. Like, I'm afraid of, like, what happens if someone claims they get sick off your stuff? He said, well, then you tackle it then. Like, you just make sure that, you keep within good standards and everything. And so I actually got my license on, how to conduct myself when it comes to food. So I got that. It was very easy. You do it online. And so that way you can be a carrier, and you can go ahead and serve your food at like bazaars and, different types of, you can go to different events and put out your cookies and stuff like that. So I went on and got that done, so that way I could sell my cookies out in public if I wanted to. And, like I would go to, not flea markets, but like, what do you call it? My God, I am drawing a blank right now. But yeah, I would go to these different outdoor markets and stuff like that, and, try to sell my cookies. And then I started selling them. I actually put out a platter, at work. And I just told people, give me your opinion. They were absolutely free. Told people to give me their opinion. I mean, I put out a big platter of cookies too, and it's just like, let me know what you think. And everybody loved them. And they were like, are you taking orders, or what? What are you doing? And at the time, the company that I was working for was a smaller company, so we were more like of a family type of, we were just really close. A lot of the people there I was really, really close with. And so I put and it was nothing for people to bring in food. It was not a big deal. But I actually put a sign and say, hey, let me know what you think. And so a lot of people did. They came and said, oh, Karen, they were really good, da 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 da. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking about selling them. And they were like, really? And they were like, well, if you do, let me know. And so everything just started flowing. I started getting ideas. I'm like, okay, what would I name it? And guys know I love the Darkberry name. Because it means so much to me. Like when I was a little girl and being dark skinned, it wasn't like the best thing. It wasn't accepted as much, and people would talk about me. And my mom, she told me, she says, you just tell people the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, and so I would do that. And so, Darkberry 32 is actually, I came up with that name, Darkberry, when I was 32 years old. So that's how I came up with Darkberry 32. So Darkberry Delights, I'm like, oh, that sounds so good. Like who wouldn't want a Darkberry Delight, And then my son is the one that drew this little girl here. She's Darkberry Delights, a little chocolate lady with the puff hair up in the puff and the little gold earrings. And so he drew this for me, and I was like, can you do that? And he did. And so just ideas started rolling. And then I went down to the courthouse and I made it my name. I got it established, went there, got everything done, and paid the money. And now I'm officially Darkberry Delights. And so ideas just start rolling in, guys. Like, I'm like, I can start off with the tea cakes, but then maybe later on I can go to other cookies, because if you know me, I'm always cooking. I'm always trying to entertain with my family. They come over, we have parties. I'm the one that has the Christmas Eve party. I also like to do Thanksgiving, like it's always here. And I love it. I love cooking for my family. I love for them to say that they like the way it tastes and they want more. And I like for them to carry food away, and just, I am that person. And so that's how I got the ball rolling, really, is with that one cookie, the tea cake, which is my staple. And then I also did, I started like just getting that tea cake and then spreading out. And so I would get pecans and put pecans in the tea cake, so some people like nuts. And then I did an actual Darkberry Delight cookie where I actually got the tea cake and I put strawberries and blueberries and all that in there, and that was a hit. Then I tried to do a chocolate peanut butter, and it just kept going and going and going. And then I went on and did a chocolate chip cookie, and then I said, okay, let me do an oatmeal, a double chocolate. Like, I just kept coming up with more and more ideas, and I always tried to perfect it and get opinions from people before I would actually put it out there. So then I said, okay, it's time to get a website, because people didn't know how to really get in touch with me unless they actually knew me personally. And so I started handing out, I got cards made. And the first time I did some cards, y'all, I went to Walgreens and just started taking pictures of all my cookies, and I put them on like those little postcards that you can get made at Walgreens. And then from there I went and got on Vistaprint and made my own actual business card. And then I got like this what do you call it? It's like a marketing poster. Got one of those made, and I just kept going and going and going. So the idea for me was, and even my brother told me, he said, this is perfect. You're always posting your food. Who wouldn't want to taste your food? So I was meeting old classmates that I hadn't seen in a long time, because I would post it on Facebook. My marketing strategy was to take pictures with people with my cookies and showing how happy they were. And then when I created the website, I also tried to put on there that they could actually put comments and stuff. And then I decided to start shipping, and then I had to come up with the prices for that. So it's just like the ball just kept rolling. So it was just one of those things that was easy for me. So if I was to say, if you want to start your business, think about what you love to do. If it's something that you absolutely love to do, then try to think of a way that you can get that product or that service out to people, because the pandemic has halted me for a while. The website is still up, and it's darkberrydelights.co, but do not put any orders in because I am not taking orders right now. I hate to say that. I have sent some to one of my subscribers, Sasha Monique Talks. Y'all check her channel out. Sasha Monique Talks, she ordered some cookies from me and she said she loved them. So it is just, it's pretty cool to get out there and actually reach people that only see you on the camera or only see you on Facebook, but then they can actually come, you know, and get a piece of you, basically. And like I said, if it's a product or if it's a service, I still see this company growing bigger. I do, you know, one day I want my own shop, but for now, this is what I can do. I can do it from my home. You know, I get big sacks of flour and big sacks of sugar, and I have all my products in one area so that it's easy for me to get them done. And at one time, I was making batches and batches and batches of dough, so that way, when people wanted cookies, all I have to do is scoop, put it in the oven, and put them in my little bags, and you know, and they were off. And so people loved the way the bags were looking. You know, they would give me their input, and I would actually listen to them and take everything within stride and just kept on going with it. So that is how I started Darkberry Delights. I just thought of something that I wanted, and then other people wanted, and then I actually had my sister-in-law who was like, oh my God, Angie, you guys know Angie. She's the one that she never likes me to film her. But Angie was awesome when it came to helping me out, because as soon as she tried them, and let me just say this about my sister-in-law. I love her to death, but baby, she don't just give out comments. This woman, like, if she likes it, then she really likes it. Like, she ain't gonna throw no shade or anything like that, but she will tell you straight up, hey, I like them, or this ain't gonna do it. She'll tell you straight up, you know. So when she tried them and she was like, okay, we need to sell these. And she just said it just like that, real calm. And I was like, huh? What do you mean? She got on the phone. She started calling people like, hey, I got this product. Will you help me sell them? And then she had a girl group that now I'm a part of it. But she started selling to them before they even knew who I was. She started selling my cookies and like telling everybody like, hey, you know, my sister-in-law, like, she was awesome. So that's another thing. If you know, have people that'll back you up, you know, let people know. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy, because it's got to get out there. And another thing that I always thought about, and I had saw it, I think right when I started thinking about selling the tea cakes and Darkberry Delights, they have this saying about the bread aisle in the grocery store. Yeah. So what they're saying about that is that there are tons of white bread, tons of wheat bread, but they're different brands. And everybody can get a piece of the pie. Everybody gets bought. You know what I mean? So just because, you know, you want to sell pound cakes and you're like, oh my God, everybody's selling pound cakes, or there's pound cakes in the store. So it doesn't have to be something special, but it can come from you. And if it comes from you, it comes from your heart, and you're doing what you love, then it will happen. And consistency is the key, because I'm telling you, there was a time where, I mean, I was rolling cookies out where I actually had to start saying, okay, I'm not just taking orders anymore. Like, these are the days that I'm taking orders, and if I take orders on this time frame, then you'll get your cookies on this day. And because it got really bad, like, I was in the kitchen every day, and I was like, oh my God, how can I do this and, you know, keep afloat with my work, you know, and not be tired, and tend to my family and stuff like that. So that is how I got started. It was because your girl was being greedy and she wanted something, and when I made them, everybody loved them. And I found a recipe and I tweaked it and tried to change things here and there, and then I finally figured it out, and it came out just like I liked it, just like everyone else liked it. And then I started finding stamps to put my name on the actual cookie, and it was just so many different ideas. And there's so much stuff that's right there at your fingertips that is so easy now with Amazon and all those type of places that you can order online. The sky is the limit, guys. So yeah, I hope that I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you want more content like this, because this will help me out. If you give us a thumbs up, then everybody will start finding out about Darkberry 32, and you will be one of the people that help me do it. And just like I said, I don't mind asking for help, and I'm so glad that you guys are coming to me with these questions and giving me ideas on what to post. And so go ahead and do that. Thumbs up, share it if you liked it. And yeah, I would really appreciate all your help, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really enjoy bringing you all these videos. It's been a blast. I love it. I'm so glad that I'm back in full force, and I'm glad you guys were, you know, you didn't count me out. You know, a lot of you were asking, like, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? I am back and in full force, guys, and I hope you like I said, I hope you like what I'm bringing you. And go ahead and comment below. I would love to chat with some of you guys, or just say hi. You ain't gotta, you know, do a whole long question or anything like that. Just say hi, and I'll be sure to say hello back. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you appreciate this. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.